guys? Game.film here, back with another movie recap. We're doing April 2023. First movie is Smoking Causes Coughing. I watched this at the drive-thru in my city, the Blue Starlight. My girlfriend said this is the most bizarre movie I've ever seen, and I have to agree. I was expecting a superhero comedy, and while this movie has that, it takes some interesting turns. Heroes fight a turtle. A guy gets stuck in a wood chipper, but he feels no pain, so they keep trying to drag him out of there. There's a talking barracuda telling a story. Suicidal robots, a slasher subplot. Yes, this movie is nuts. I give it my recommendation because that sounds fun, right? And I laughed quite a bit. Movie number 2, we've got The Toxic Avenger, directed by Lloyd Kaufman, Michael Hers, 1984. This is the definition of B-horror trash, y'all. It has the bad acting and the bad dialogue, no doubt. Big props to the kills and practical effects. That is the film's best parts. The attempts at comedy was hit or miss for me. They might put it over the top for others and maybe drag it down, but I give it 3 out of 5, my recommendation. When I do a 3 or more, that's a rec. So, yeah, check out The Toxic Avenger. Movie number 3, we've got The Burning, 1981. This is a slasher movie that I really enjoyed, man. 80s slasher movie, no less. Tom Savini, one of the gods of practical effects, body makeup. He's bringing it here. It got the gnarly kills. Definitely liked a few of those. Tons to like in that department. Interesting use of sound design. It's timed with well edits and cuts. There's a couple of fade to reds after 2 kills that were pretty neat. I like when they do that kind of stuff. Might be a tad boring when the killer isn't stalking anyone, but the movie does a fine job introducing our characters and building the suspense. Really liked it. 4 out of 5. Highly recommend. Next up, we've got The Protector, 1985, directed by James Glickenhaus. This is the second attempt by Jackie Chan to break into Hollywood. A lot of pros here. Love the blood squibs, Jackie doing his thing with the stunts, and he actually curses in English. Danny Aiello going ham with firearms. He's usually a chill kind of guy. He's not. I don't see him doing much action in movies I've seen. New York City and Hong Kong setting, you get both of those. Moon Lee, she's one of my Hong Kong crushes. She makes an appearance here. She looks good. Some cons about this one though. The plot's kind of whatever. They go to one place, they talk to one person, get into a fight, and then they go to another place, get some info, a fight breaks out, rinse and repeat. The dialogue and camera work are lacking here, in my opinion. It's cool to see Jackie Chan and Danny Aiello team up as buddy cops. There's some good chemistry there for sure. Jackie does some martial arts and the fight scenes are solid, but he's more of a brawler here, and it's missing that inventive choreography he's known for. But still, 3.5 out of 5. Next up, we've got Millennium Mambo, Taiwanese drama here, directed by Hao Xiaoxin. He's a prolific director. Don't have much to say on the theme of this movie. Gonna need a second viewing to understand it. But there's some fantastic camera work done here. Some shots I've never seen done before in a movie for sure. The colors, my favorite part. Love the colors in this one. Xu Shi gave a great performance. I liked how Hao and Vicky's apartment is so colorful and unorganized, but when you go to the other guy, Jack, Triad gang member, his apartment is shown. The colors are very neutral and plain, and it's very clean and organized. I thought that was a nice touch, but recommend Millennium Mambo, 2001. Next up, we've got Sorry Wrong Number from 1948. Black and white noir, kind of hit or miss. I was pretty bored, but damn, the ending, like we were at a 2.5, you know, but the ending really surprised me, blew me away, so I bumped it up to a 3.5. Barbara Steinwick, Burt Lancaster, joy to watch acting. Definitely loved them both here. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Recommend. Alright, next up, y'all, we've got Zombie Ass, Toilet of the Dead, Japanese horror comedy from 2011. This is just missing enough for a rec, dude. I think this is an acquired taste, this one. I definitely giggled, but the more I watched, the more the humor got stale. I'll give props to some kills, the practical effects, and the look of the final boss. Definitely the best parts. The nudity felt pretty unnecessary, man. I did not like that part at all. I could handle the gross parts, and there are some very, very gross parts. But beware, it might not be for you because there's a ton of outrageous shit. Literal shit, too. But it's kind of freaky, man. I can't give it my recommendation, just not my style. 2.5 out of 5. Alright, next up, saw this at the Draft House in my city. The Heroic Trio. You've got Maggie Chung, my boo, Anita Mui, rest in peace, Michelle fucking Yeoh, man, and it's directed by Johnny To. What else could you ask for, man? This is everything you'd want in a Hong Kong film. Supernatural, action, it's got babes, it's got crazy villains. I can deal without the melodramatic stuff. It lost a half star for me. Like Michelle Yeoh and the Doctor had some melodrama stuff, but the film's fucking funny, man. Tons of stunts and action, absurd villains. Anthony Wong, I forgot to mention Anthony Wong, man. One of the great villain actors of our time. This is a must-watch if you like Hong Kong cinema or not. Great intro to Hong Kong cinema, by the way. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Damn near masterpiece. Next up, guys, Night of the Living Dead. Tom Savini at the director's helm. I think this is his first movie, but previously mentioned Tom Savini because he is the god of makeup and practical effects. But I would say Tony Todd and Tallman are the highlights of the film. Great chemistry, good acting, moments from them. When she asked him, like, what's happening? When they finally get some calm downtime, he replies, I don't know. Nobody knows. That was so effective, man, and you really feel how scared they are, and it made me scared. Shit. There's a really piece of shit character that I hated, and I'm sure you will hate too. Spoilers. Actually, I won't even go there. But the characters are frustrating. They act dumb. They start fighting in between each other. But I guess that's what happens when the crisis happens. The worst comes out of you. I was really disappointed with the amount of gore, though. There's really not much to praise there. I thought with Tom Savini at the helm, we would see intestines and, like, they're eating it and guts flying, and no, that wasn't really there. Even the blood squibs are a little shoddy, you know? The makeup for the zombies are good, though, so I'll give Savini and crew some credit. 3.5 out of 5. Tony Todd, the GOAT. Alright, next up, we've got Razorback. 1984 Australian horror creature feature. Now, this creature feature is solid across the board, man. Editing and atmosphere really stand out. The characters you thought were going to live get killed, and there's others you thought were going to die. They live for the longest time, and some die at the end. But yeah, no spoilers. Could have used more carnage and more shots of our gigantic boar. They don't really show him too much. But the movie is still grotesque in other ways, i.e., they really show gross parts of the slaughterhouse. Really disgusting. But I love how the boar, he can just, like, blow through houses, man. They show him, like, just running straight through the middle of someone's house, man. And one part he drags a TV out. That was pretty funny. 3.5 out of 5. Great creature feature, Razorback. Next movie, we've got Bait from 2000. Antoine Fuqua, the director, he did Training Day. If you're not feeling Jamie Foxx, you're not a Jamie Foxx fan, and the comedy from this movie overall, it's probably gonna be a 1 out of 5. You're gonna hate it, man. I almost want to recommend this because I grew up with it in a way. I think Foxx did okay. He tries his best with the dialogue he's given, but I laughed a couple times. But David Morse, man, the Morse code. I talked about him in my Negotiator review on YouTube. He's a legend. This cemented it right here. I love him in anything and everything, man. But the hardest I laughed when he asked Salvin, "What do you want, the good news or the bad news?" His delivery is just perfect, man. The main villain's decent by Doug Hutchinson. I don't see him around anymore, but if you enjoy Enemy of the State, like Surveillance and the NSA, CIA tracking people through their little mics and cameras. You'll probably like this, maybe. Movie needs to be a shorter. I can do without Alvin trying to find a job and doing his girlfriend. There's some stupid joke part there. The agents are listening to them do it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I'd rather have more suspense and more tracking of the villain. You know, the hunt. The villain trying to avoid. But yeah, 2.5 out of 5. Cannot recommend. Next up, we've got Doom 2, Indian Bollywood action. I was so disappointed, man. Everything I disliked about the first one is repeated here in full force. It was unwatchable for my girlfriend and I. 2 action scenes were good. That's all I got. Serious disappointment, man. Like, something bombastic would happen. Like, you're like, oh shit, but then, like, for 5 minutes, like, they just drag on this action scene. It's like, oh my god, I get it. It's just, nope. Nope, nope. Man, Ashwarya Rai, I can't pronounce her name, but she couldn't save it either, man. Bad. Can't recommend. Alright, next up, and the final film, we've got Polite Society 2023. This is one of the best films I've seen this year. A light-hearted martial arts action comedy. If you like the Paper Tigers from a couple years ago, you like Rush Hour, you like buddies teaming up, figuring stuff out. Booksmart, very PG-13 vibe, y'all, but it is absolutely hilarious, man. You get to see the ins and outs of the Indian family, sisterhood, friendship, the excellent ensemble cast, man, like the villains, supporting characters. Everybody gets to do their thing, man. They all have a moment. 4 out of 5. This is a foreign film, so its distribution's not so good right now. But keep an eye out. Polite Society. Highly recommend.